Synthesis by Adam Wagner, Bernice Amaya, Ethan Weiss, and Aitender Badisha. African American literature explores the role of African Americans in American society. It centers around the cultural, political, and societal issues that their race encounters. It refers to race and color, and it features the use of proverbs and biblical phrases. It is evident from the novel Beloved that a key African American characteristic is slavery. There have been a vast amount of novels that have had slavery embedded in them. Toni Morrison wanted this novel to reveal the truth about slavery. Within the novel, it was clear that the slave's main motive was to escape and become free. Freedom came with great difficulty, especially for females. Morrison depicted in depth the struggles that women faced. The overall African American characteristic in the novel Beloved is slavery. Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston includes a large amount of African American characteristics, much like Beloved by Toni Morrison. Unlike Beloved, this novel focuses less on slavery and more on what it means to be a mixed African American woman in a white society. Janie had many struggles, including her husband perishing. She struggled to fit in with her culture, as well as be a widow. The literary history criticism provides the reader with information needed to understand how a work was perceived in the time it was written. The school of criticism also focuses on the historical context of the work. It analyzes how readers reacted to the work at the time it was written and how it affected them. It takes into consideration what historical events that the novel refers to or what event it is based off of. The author Zora Neale Hurston was a product of the Harlem Renaissance. She was also part of this migration to New York in the 1920s, which was later named the Great Migration. The author focused on African American folktales and folk culture, of the traditional stories, language, and culture of African Americans in the rural South. Hurston was harshly criticized by many of her peers in the 1930s. Many condemned her because she celebrated black folk culture rather than engaging in political protest against racial discrimination of blacks. Toni Morrison was a leading figure of the African American Renaissance. Through her writing, she tries to reshape the discourse of slavery. Her novels reflect her desire to draw on people, places, languages, values, cultural traditions, and politics, which have shaped her own life and that of African American people. Through her works, she focuses mainly on apartheid, slavery, and racism, and their psychological and social effects on the blacks over the ages.